Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0451, indicates a problem with the fuel tank pressure, FTP, sensor circuit, signaling a range or performance issue in Honda CRV models from 2011 to 2016. The FTP sensor is a key component in monitoring the vapor pressure in the fuel tank, helping the engine control module, ECM, adjust fueling strategies and emissions controls accordingly. This sensor is typically located on or near the fuel tank itself, ensuring accurate readings of pressure changes associated with vapor fuel movement. When the DTC is triggered, it suggests that the sensor may be malfunctioning or that there may be issues with the circuit that connects it to the powertrain control module, PCM. Diagnostic tools such as the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, are used to determine the status of the DTC and to perform necessary tests. Understanding this information is crucial for effective troubleshooting and repair processes in your Honda CRV. DTC P0451 pertains to the fuel tank pressure FTP sensor circuit, which is critical for controlling fuel vapor emissions. The main role of the FTP sensor is to detect the pressure inside the fuel tank, helping the engine control module, ECM, make informed adjustments to the fuel-to-air mixture. This sensor aids in ensuring that the vehicle meets emissions regulations by preventing excessive vapor release into the atmosphere. Typically installed near the fuel tank, the FTP sensor is exposed to various environmental conditions, which can lead to potential failures or performance issues. The readings from this sensor are essential for the proper function of the onboard diagnostics OBD system, especially in terms of fuel efficiency and emissions control. If there's an issue, it can trigger DTC P0451, indicating a need for further inspection and repair. When troubleshooting DTC P0451, several possible causes should be considered. A primary suspect is a faulty FTP sensor itself. If the sensor is malfunctioning, it can fail to provide accurate readings, resulting in error codes. Additionally, poor connections at the FTP sensor can lead to intermittent issues as the circuit may not conduct properly, affecting the overall performance of the sensor. Loose terminals, particularly those connecting the FTP sensor to the powertrain control module, PCM, can also be a culprit, causing inconsistent readings. It's vital to examine the integrity of all connections to ensure they're secure and free from corrosion. All these factors should be carefully evaluated to pinpoint the exact cause of the DTC P0451 error. Symptoms associated with DTC P0451 may manifest in various ways, significantly impacting vehicle performance. One common symptom is decreased fuel efficiency. If the fuel management system cannot accurately read vapor pressure, it may cause the engine to use more fuel than necessary. Another prevalent symptom is the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard, indicating that the onboard diagnostics OBD system has detected a problem. Additionally, when it comes to vehicle inspections, a faulty FTP sensor can lead to failing emissions tests, which is crucial for compliance with environmental regulations. Overall, these symptoms serve as important indicators that the FTP sensor or its circuitry may need attention. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0451 involves verifying the problem through a systematic process. Begin by turning the ignition switch to the on position, ensuring all electrical systems are activated without starting the engine. Next, clear the Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This reset allows the vehicle's onboard computer to reevaluate the conditions that may have triggered the fault. Following the reset, start the engine and let it idle for 1 minute. Monitor the DTC status using HDS during this period. This initial procedure is critical for establishing a baseline to determine if the issue persists or if it was a temporary glitch in the system. After completing the initial steps, it's essential to monitor the onboard diagnostics OBD status for DTC P0451 using the Honda Diagnostic System HDS. The HDS will provide feedback on whether the status is failed, passed, or not completed. If the HDS indicates a failed status, it confirms that the FTP sensor circuit exhibits a malfunction, necessitating immediate repair. In this case, replacing the faulty FTP sensor would be the next logical step. However, if the HDS shows a passed status, this could suggest an intermittent issue that may not be present at that moment in time. If the test results in a status of not completed, allow the vehicle to idle until an accurate result is displayed. This comprehensive evaluation ensures that any persistent issues are accurately identified. Once the DTC has been cleared and the OBD status monitored, the next step involves resetting the powertrain control module, PCM, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This reset can help clear any stored data and effectively reinitialize the system. After resetting the PCM, the idle learn procedure must be performed. This procedure allows the PCM to adjust and learn the optimal idle speed and conditions of the engine with its current settings. Following the completion of the idle learn, start the engine again and let it idle for an additional minute. This repetition allows for another thorough assessment of the FTP sensor circuit and verifies the earlier results for any changes in the OBD status. In this concluding troubleshooting step, monitor the OBD status for DTC P0451 once more using the HDS. Evaluate whether the status now indicates passed, failed, or not completed. A passed status signifies that the troubleshooting is complete and the FTP sensor is functioning as intended. If other pending or confirmed DTCs are indicated, proceed to the troubleshooting protocols associated with those codes. Conversely, if the status remains failed, return to Step 1 and recheck all connections and components associated with the FTP sensor circuit. If not completed is indicated, continue to meet the necessary test conditions until a definitive status result is achieved, ensuring thorough diagnostics for optimal vehicle performance. Final repair verification is crucial to ensure that all troubleshooting and repairs conducted have resolved the issue related to DTC P0451 effectively. Begin by confirming that all repairs made, particularly to the FTP sensor or related wiring and connections, are indeed complete and secure. Subsequently, recheck the OBD status using the HDS tool to confirm that it registers as passed, signaling the absence of any further issues with the FTP sensor circuit. It is also important to ensure that no other diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs, exist in the system. If additional codes appear, those will need to be addressed before declaring the repair process complete. By performing these final checks, you confirm the reliability and accuracy of the repairs conducted. Preventive maintenance plays a critical role in avoiding future occurrences of DTC P0451 and related issues. Regular checks of the FTP sensor and its connections should be conducted as part of routine maintenance. This inspection can help catch any potential wear or damage before it leads to significant problems. Cleaning the connectors and terminals connected to the FTP sensor helps in maintaining a reliable connection, minimizing the risks of poor electrical contact. Additionally, keeping the fuel system well maintained, including regular fuel filter replacements and checks on fuel pressure, can contribute to overall performance. Adhering to these preventive measures helps ensure that the FTP sensor operates correctly, preserving the vehicle's emissions performance and fuel efficiency in the long run. In summary, DTC P0451 represents a significant concern regarding the fuel tank pressure sensor, circuit's range or performance in Honda CRV models from 2011 to 2016. Addressing this DTC involves a systematic approach, starting with problem verification and careful inspection of the FTP sensor, its connections, and the powertrain control module, PCM. The identification of potential problems such as faulty sensors or loose connections is vital for making the necessary repairs. Follow-up verification ensures that repairs were effective, with ongoing preventive maintenance being paramount to avoid recurrence. Understanding the importance of the FTP sensor and maintaining it can lead to enhanced vehicle performance, better fuel efficiency, and compliance with environmental standards. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.